slice, dice, and explore the wildlands of Ezo with these 10 tips we wish we knew before playing Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei is a gorgeous open-world game, and developer Sucker Punch has put a big focus on natural exploration. The wind blowing in the direction of your current objective is returning from Tsushima, but points of interest have been made more visually prominent from a distance. Smoke rising from fires often being the giveaway. Lighter wisps often denote something small like a camp with merchants. Darker pillars will be more involved, likely a large enemy encampment or an inn with multiple vendors. The game's protagonist Atsu also has a spyglass that allows you to track an objective in view, so unless you're looking to do something in particular, you rarely have to actually open the map. It can be quite thrilling to explore and engage with the game in this way, so we heartily recommend giving it a go yourself and finding the level of map interaction that works for you. Speaking of maps, you'll often run into a cartographer that can sell you intel on where various points of interest are located in the world. However, we believe these map fragments to often be overpriced. Sometimes, for the same cost as upgrading your armor and gear, you get the general location of a point of interest that is relatively easy to find without aid. Therefore, more often than not, we recommend foregoing spending money with the cartographer and saving your coin for more useful items or for gambling in a Zenihajiki match. You will likely want to get around Ezo on horseback, and in Ghost of Yotei the default view when riding is a different cinematic angle than when traversing on foot. However, you can change the perspective on the fly by pressing R3. Clicking in once will remove the black bars, and clicking in again will push the camera into the angle from Ghost of Tsushima. Also, while you're on horseback, you're told early on that riding through patches of white flowers will give you a speed boost. However, you'll also get speed boosts from picking up resources while riding past them or jumping over logs. So if you need to break off from the path that the white flowers are forming, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to instantly lose your momentum. When riding around the world, you'll find sashes tied to rocks, trees, and other elements of the environment. This means that the resistance to Saito, the warlord that is vying for control over Ezo, has left some resources behind for those looking to fight the tyrant and to the rest of the Yotei 6. That includes you, so make sure to grab what you can when you see these sashes. There are numerous side activities to perform in Ghost of Yotei, but the most lucrative of them all are bounties. Atsu can get intel on various nefarious bandits terrorizing Ezo by visiting the bounty boards at the numerous hubs around the world. Doing these will net you the most coin, but also often have other elements such as altars of reflection that unlock additional skills to learn. When it comes to bang for buck, bounties are the way to go. In addition, Atsu can also take her own bounty posters. While you can't turn yourself in for the ever-growing reward, collecting your own bounty poster will refill your spirit meter in full. When in combat, like in Ghost of Tsushima, you can press down on the D-pad to consume a chunk of your spirit meter in order to regain some health. However, in Yotei, you can also hold down on the D-pad to drink sake in order to regain spirit. If you're in combat and you're down to your last sliver of health with no spirit, you can first drink sake and then refill your health with your newly regained spirit. However, drinking sake does make you drunk, so you might have a tougher time dealing with your opponents while also being a little tipsy, so this should be a last resort move. Every special attack in the game, the ones that require you to press triangle and circle at the same time, has invincibility to physical attacks, making them great for powering through strikes you're having trouble countering. As you unlock more of these special skills through the game, use these moves to brush off unblockable or even disarming attacks. Your bow and arrow is just as important a tool as any of your melee weapons, and there's a lot you can do with them besides just taking out an enemy with a headshot. You can shoot the standing torches to knock them over, causing the ground to catch fire, dealing some damage to multiple foes at once. If you hit an enemy with an arrow and it doesn't take them out, they'll obviously be alerted, but Arrows that fly past their bodies will also notify them. At certain points in the game, a wolf will aid Atsu in combat. Wolves can help deal with additional enemies so Atsu can focus on one at a time, but you might not want to leave the wolf to simply fend for itself. If it latches onto a target, that can actually open that enemy up for an instant execution. And those are 10 tips we wish we knew before playing Ghost of Yotei. For additional videos on the game, including our review, graphics comparison, and more, stay right here on GameSpot.